Looking tough for the college football team in town. You got a question, you got a statement to make about San Diego State as they play Boise State in a unique Friday night game up there?
Oh, I'm looking forward to that. But I'll tell you, that was another train wreck of a game to watch on TV last Saturday. They just couldn't move the ball. It was the most frustrating offense I've ever seen until at the last 3 minutes when Burmeister lit it up.
Brady Hoke is the defensive specialist. As a head coach, he's a pretty good defensive coordinator. I don't think he teaches offense very well. I don't think he develops quarterbacks very well. John, there's 131 Division I teams in the nation. San Diego State's passing offense is ranked 130th. 130th.
No way.
We live on the West Coast where everybody in high school football throws the football.
Yeah.
We live on the West Coast where there's all these college quarterbacks in the transfer portal, and they don't have maybe the right mix on the offense. Now, in defense of Brady Hoke, if he were here sitting with us, he'd be growling at us, the media, for our public stances. He's got 3 young offensive linemen who are trying to learn on the job, and it's really been hard. And they got their brains beat in by Utah, and they got their brains kicked in by Arizona. He's got a veteran quarterback who I would have expected more from in terms of composure in Braxton Burmeister. But he's under, I asked Brady Tuesday at the press briefing, is the correct term for your quarterback under siege? And he looked at me with a glare and said, yes, Braxton Burmeister is under siege. So I don't blame the quarterback because I don't think he's got a lot of time to look down for his progressions. I don't blame the quarterback for putting it under his arm and scooting and running because he is a very fast quarterback. But when you run it as much as he's been forced to run it, he's going to get hurt. He's had 2 injuries in 4 games already. Now, their defense is getting better and better. They do have some people dinged up. I still think the defense will be their calling card, and they're going to have to win with their defense until the offensive line grows. Now, they go to Boise State for this unique Friday game on the carpet. Boise is in disarray. Boise is no longer what Boise State became.
Mm-hmm.
You and I both know that Boise State had a huge win years ago in the Fiesta Bowl. It was a long time ago.
That was the Oklahoma game, right?
It elevated the program. It really put them on the national map, and they had a good run when Chris Peterson was there. But now things have changed. They've not gotten the quality of player. They've had 2 coaching changes since. Chris Peterson left to go to the Pac-10, went to Washington, and then retired. Brian Harsin replaced Peterson, did really well. And for some strange reason, Brian Harsin bolted Boise State and went to Auburn, and he's on the endangered list. He's about to get fired. And now they hired another coach, and nothing seems to fit at Boise State. And to top all of it off, they fired their offensive coordinator on Sunday night. And then on Monday morning, after Tim Plow was fired, Hank Backemeyer, the starting quarterback, 3-year starter, quit. He has entered the transfer portal. So he is off the Boise State roster. So San Diego State's going to go in and face an offense now redesigned by Dirk Cutter. Cutter, former head coach Boise, spent 15 years in the NFL. Real smart guy, real creative guy. They do throw the football down the field. They're going to face a 6'6" quarterback, Talon Green, highly recruited, played a little bit in the first game of the season and did well against Oregon State. He is now the guy, and he's a very different quarterback than Hank Backemeyer was. So Brady Hoke's got his own set of problems. Boise's got problems. I don't think anybody really knows what the Aztecs are walking into when they walk into that stadium at Boise State on Friday night. But we know this, something's really changed at San Diego State. Whatever number of fans are coming to Snapdragon Stadium, they're booing. They don't like what they see offensively. And I understand that the Aztecs have won a ton of games in the Brady Hoke, Rocky Long, Brady Hoke eras, running the football and playing great defense. But what sells tickets? What excites the fans? What enlightens the student body in the end zone? Quarterbacks throwing the ball down the field, and the Aztecs haven't proven they can do it yet. So we'll see if Burmeister settles in. We'll see if the 3 young pups in the offensive line grow. It's very tough to learn under fire, and he's got 3 of them trying to learn simultaneously. But the one calling card they do have at San Diego State, they got defense, and defense will probably win them some games. I still maintain a statement I made a week ago. You laughed at me. I said this defense gives them the ability to run the table. If they can run the football and play great defense, they could go unbeaten the rest of the year in the conference. but you can't do it. Well, you were appalled. I was shocked. They had 11 yards passing in the first half.
Yeah.
11 yards, Division I program. So
Yeah.
I'm a believer in Brady Hoke, but I don't know if Brady Hoke, the head coach, can teach offense, and that becomes a big issue. And now the fans have become very restless at that shiny new stadium.
Well, so what do you do if you're Hoke? I mean, do you go with the playbook and maybe play conservatively, or do you go to the hurry up offense and let Burmeister kind of create things like he did in the final 3 minutes of the game?
Well, but that was, and again, I didn't ask this question. I wanted to, but I think I would have gotten bad gunfire in return. The reason they won that game was that Toledo dropped 7 into coverage. They were not going to give up a touchdown play, but in dropping 7 into coverage, they allowed Burmeister to see this open field and have 3 big runs down the field to get him into scoring position. That was a mistake by Toledo. I was going to make a wise-ass comment that said, Brady, this is the earliest Christmas card you ever got in September from Toledo's coach, Jason Candle, because Candle made the wrong decision.
Right.
I would have continued to pressure Burmeister and make him throw the ball. Instead, they dropped everybody deep, and it was all this open real estate. And Burmeister had the 3 big runs that got him down in close, and then it was a penalty, and then they scored the go-ahead touchdown. It was a nice comeback, take nothing away from the kids, but that was kind of an early Christmas gift. Okay, those are the big stories in football here.